Alright everyone, welcome to another Tuesday review, and this time I have a game for you that's a sequel to a game I reviewed not that long ago. We reviewed Alwa's Awakening, now we're reviewing Alwa's Legacy. This game is very much a direct sequel and very much a feel of going up to a next gen or better gen system. Like if you remember back in the day, or if you had been around during the time of the NES and the SNES when you had a game series that was on the NES and then it came out on the SNES, and you're like, okay, what kind of features have they done? What kind of improvements aside from the look have they done? And this game, at least visually right now on the title screen, has very much that feel, and look-wise, it has that feel of, yeah, it is a better game. You go from 8 bits to 16 bits, so it definitely has that while still having the nostalgia feel to it. Let's get into the game here. I'm going to continue the game where I've actually completed the game. I have all the abilities. I don't have all the upgrades yet. You're going to see, just visually, look at this. It definitely has that look, and a much better look to it. A much sort of better feel even on controls, it seems. It definitely has the feel, control-wise, look-wise, of like an improvement going from like better graphics, better system kind of deal. So yeah, it definitely captured that whole feel of going from like one system to a better system, a newer system. And I really appreciate that. It's very nostalgic for me, and I can really get behind a developer doing that and really capturing that feel. Definitely similar controls, basically. You gotta attack for hitting enemies. You do also have your spells here, so we can do the cube, the block there. We can also do the bubble. We can also do the lightning blast there. We can upgrade those as well. We have new spells also, so if we go here, we have time stop, we have spike shield for our feet so we can walk on spikes. We have a ghost power, so if there's a room where it's not a fake wall and there's no visible way to get there, we can actually ghost through a wall and actually get to it. Then we have orbs that surround us, and I think it's based on how many of those blue spheres you collect, or the blue orbs that you collect. Unlike in the first game, the blue orbs in the first game, collecting those would actually injure the boss by giving him so many hits. That way it would be less hits for you to beat that boss. In this case, the orbs are actually for upgrading your 3 main spells: the block, the bubble, and the lightning. So here we go to this wizard here, process the orbs, and so we have all these upgrades that we can do. If you get all the orbs, all 99 orbs, then you can get all the upgrades. You don't have to get all the orbs. You can actually remove certain upgrades, like say, I don't want this upgrade now, I want this one instead, because I'm going to be fighting a boss, I want a more powerful lightning bolt, it's going to do more damage, and you can do that. Or let's say I don't really want damage, I want my bubble to last forever so I can reach new areas, you can do that. So even if you don't collect all the orbs, you can rearrange what you've upgraded, and at no cost either. So it doesn't like penalize you for rearranging. It actually lets you do that free of charge. You just basically refund one, purchase the other, and you can do that at any point in time by just teleporting back here. And you also have other collectibles too. So if you go to items here, you have these green tiers. Those are used at save points to make them warp save points. Keys to unlock doors. You have petals that you use for upgrading your health, but they're also used to achieve this Harmony's Rose item here. So when you collect all the petals, you get the rose. Not only do you get the health upgrades, you get the rose, and the rose is for a pacifist playthrough. So first playthrough you're going to go through and you're just going to attack everything, fight the bosses. There's 4 bosses and then like 2 in the final area. Well, I guess 1 is actually a series of bosses that you have to fight first before fighting the final boss. But if you get that rose, you can use it at certain points to avoid fighting mandatory enemies like bosses, like these knights that get in the way. So yeah, you can definitely do a full pacifist playthrough. The only exception is the final boss's final form. You still have to fight that. So, mostly pacifist playthrough. But overall, you can do a pacifist playthrough, and it is one of the achievements that you can get by doing that. Otherwise, the game, for the most part, is the same. I mean, the controls do seem like they're more fluid, so that's nice. But overall, you're basically using your main 3 abilities, plus the other spells on top of it, to get through areas to solve puzzles. So basically, you just go through and try to figure out how to get to the next area. Now, you do have things like these things that suck your bubbles up that were in the last game as well. You have the bases that shoot fire. You do also have some new abilities. Like I've got this right here that I can use to do a dash, as I'm getting hit horribly here. But you can also get items like that chime right there. Kind of lets me know, hey, there's a wall here that's fake. So I can go over here and be like, hey, fake wall. That's an item you find later on in the game by exploring. This game, you can explore as much as you want, find as much as you want to try to find, or you can just try to beat the game as fast as possible with very minimal upgrades. You can get most places without the full bubble upgrade. If you have just like the basic upgrade with the block, the bubble, the lightning, you can get to most places that you absolutely need to go to just get through the game and beat it. However, the game is really fun to explore. So definitely I encourage you to explore, to look around, to try to find all the upgrades, all the orbs, or at least as many as you can get to. I will warn you, compared to the first game, you do have some enemies that you really gotta watch out for, because the first game, most things took one hit and they were done. Like it was like whack, done, whack, single hit, done. In this game, some enemies will take a couple hits, some enemies will take 1 hit, some enemies take 3 hits. And you have to memorize which ones, because there were a few times I was caught off guard, and I was like, oh yeah, this enemy will be 2 hits, no, it was 3. Or this enemy, just like 1 hit, no, it's actually 2. So there's a few times I was kind of like, well, I probably need to pay attention and watch out for like which enemies are going to be taking all these hits. So yeah, definitely need to watch out for that. Other than that, overall gameplay was really good. Like I really enjoyed this game. It was a lot of fun to actually unlock these abilities, get these new spells, find all the items. Do stuff like that to, figure out how to find all this stuff. The game was fun. I had a good time with this game. It really, like I said, it felt like going from like the previous system to the next system in the retro era with the NES, SNES. That feel really kind of hit home for me because I remember going from one system to the next. Kind of ages me there, but that's okay. I loved how it actually improved on the game, improved on the mechanics, made it less like super precise in some areas, and just made it more about puzzle solving, about getting through and trying to figure out. Still kept that puzzle solving, the action, the platforming. Didn't like put too much emphasis on one area or the other, but it seems really well balanced. So I thought it was pretty fun. I thought it was a good time. I enjoyed my time playing this game. I haven't explored everywhere yet. There's some areas I haven't quite figured out exactly how to get to. Like I said, I have beaten this game. I have gotten quite a few items, and it was a really fun time. Really fun time. It's one that I would definitely want to go through, and I might go through and try to do Pacifist just because I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be interesting. Now, you can ruin it if you try to do Pacifist and you attack and kill an enemy. It ruins the Pacifist run right there, and you have to start in a whole new game to do Pacifist. But other than that, It was a fun time. I really enjoyed this game. I think you will too. It is available for pretty much every platform you can play it on. So if you can get this game, and if you get it on sale, even better. But if you can get this game and play it, if you like this kind of game, it's definitely worth your time, and I encourage you to do so. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely, if you want to subscribe, of course you don't have to. But you know the usual YouTube stuff. If you want to subscribe, please do so. If you don't want to subscribe, that's cool too. I definitely appreciate you being here and just watching and just checking out my content. Other than that, if you want to leave a comment, I will reply. If you want to give me a thumbs up, that's awesome too. But again, you just being here is so amazing, so awesome. I definitely appreciate you for all you do and just for watching my content. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay awesome, and we'll see you then.